Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Tizatron. Tizatron. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Ladies, gentlemen, and anything in between. My name is Tizatron, and today I'm going to do something very special. Today, I'm thinking of starting a new series called Tizatron's Top 10, or TTT if you like. Not Trouble in Terrorist Town, but you'll get it. And basically, it will take me taking random topics. For example, it might be video games or something, and I do something, a top 10 of my favorites. Maybe top 10 video game weapons, or top 10 superpowers, or that I'd like to have or not like to have, maybe. I don't know. You guys decide in the comments. Today, as a starter, I'm going to do my top 10 Naruto characters. And if you don't know what Naruto is, it's a anime and manga. Read the manga first, then watch the anime. If you ever want to, then you'll get it. And yeah, let's get started. So, starting at number 10, I have now. There will be spoilers before I start the spoiler alert. And also, if I do say the names wrong, I apologize. But I just read it. I don't try and say the names correctly. I just read. And so first on my list, I have Kankuro. He is a puppeteer, and he uses puppets that have weapons inside of them, and he control to fight for him, and he controls them by having threads of chakra to control them, open up, set traps, stuff like that, and he gradually gets more and more powerful as you go along in the series, and that's why I really like him, because he one, he looks a badass, two, controlling puppets to fight, who doesn't love that? And it also increases my fear of puppets. And yeah, so Kankuro. Number 9, I have Shikamaru. He's probably the most laziest guy you will ever meet besides myself. He can't He is not the thing I just punched. He can manipulate shadows to fight for him. He can stop his enemies and control them in certain ways. He can stop them from moving and gives everyone else a chance to beat that person up, or he can severely injure someone, and like I said, he gets more and more powerful in the series, same as Kankuro. I think they all do, actually, which is fantastic. I love actually seeing new powers and new stuff coming in. So yeah, he also I believe he was the youngest ever person to become a leader, an actual commander in the war, and you actually see that during the manga. You gotta read it. Like I said, spoilers, don't blame me. Number 8 for me is Neji. Now, Neji, he has a very special power, which is called the Bakugan, I believe. And what that does is that it's something that happens to your eyes that allows you to see far distances, and you can actually, I believe, do chakra readings. So you can see where the chakra is, how they use it, stuff like that. And Neji, when you first see Neji, you think he's a bit of a dick. He's a hard guy. He's a hard guy. He's all for discipline, bringing back his father's tradition, wanting to bring in honor, stuff like that. You know how it usually is, and the hate for his adversary Hinata. Which I will probably talk about it soon. I can't tell you that until you keep watching the video. But yeah, and over the series, Neji slowly starts getting a like for Naruto, and it isn't, big spoiler here, it isn't until the end where Neji dies to save Naruto, and you finally find out that Neji actually had a soft spot for Naruto, even though he completely wasted Naruto in one of their battles, you actually see the likeness between Neji and Naruto, and the fact that he dies at the end is just sad. It happened during the big war between Madara. But yeah, number 8. Alright, number 7. Number 7 now, this guy, I had a torn between this guy and someone else, but I went with him anyway. Number 7 is Gaara. Gaara of the Sands. Now, Gaara, his story is that he had a beast sealed inside him that turned him basically into the most feared person in all of the Sand Village, in all the Sand Kingdom village. And as he grew up, there was this only lady who taught him about love, until one night that lady was sent to kill him, and he was so shocked by this that all he could do was murder. And you see him in various times with his fight between Rock Lee. I might talk about him during the series. You don't know that. You just gotta keep looking, don't you? But yeah, it's all just fantastic for Gaara. I mean, because Gaara fights with a giant gourd of sand on his back, and I think it's mixed with the blood of those he has killed. And anytime someone attacks him with something, the sand will automatically produce a shield, a wall of sand to protect him, and he can manipulate the sand to attack his victims, which is fantastic. I absolutely love that. I mean, who wouldn't want that? You just carry around this thing of sand behind you, and if someone comes up and wants to hurt you, bullets probably couldn't even penetrate that sand. I don't know the logic behind that, but someone bang shoots you and wall of sand just appears. That would be fantastic. Unfortunately, I don't have that power. But yeah, Gaara. Alright, number 6 is a man called... I was mixed between this guy and Rock Lee, but I thought, why not go for the man who actually gave him that power, which is Guy. Now, Guy is the rival, friend, but rival of Kakashi, which I'll talk about soon. And they met when they were children, and they went into the academy. Now, like Guy is not big on chakra use. He doesn't use too much chakra-based attacks. He focuses on something called taijutsu, or taijutsu, something like that, and which is basically melee combat, usually mostly his fists, his legs. He uses his body mostly, you know how we normally fight, and people call him, Naruto actually referred him to really thick brows, or extremely thick brows. That's because his eyebrows are actually really thick, which I thought was awesome. Any man, the only two people that can rock those thicker eyebrows is Guy and Rock Lee. Those two are the only ones that can actually do that. Guy actually is the master of Rock Lee and Neji, and he taught them from academy students, and he taught them how to fight and what he knows. And the great thing about it, Guy, spoiler alert, Guy was actually close to death during the war. He was fighting somebody, I can't remember, and he was forced to use a forbidden jutsu that would automatically lead to death. But fortunately, Sakura, someone else I might talk about, saved him, I believe. Completely healed his wounds. I think it was either Sakura or Naruto, I can't remember, it's been a while. But Guy, for me, was just a complete badass, and he actually survives the war, which is fantastic. And yeah, guy. Alright, number 5. Number 5, halfway there. Number 5 is Naruto himself. Now, the story of Naruto is, as a child, he had the nine-tailed fox sealed inside him as a little newborn baby, actually. The day he was born, the village was attacked by the nine-tailed fox, and his mother and father were killed. But not after Naruto had the nine-tailed fox sealed inside of him, and I believe with a certain kind of rage that he can feel, when he was a kid, like younger, he could unlock a tailed beast mode, which would basically increase his chakra by lots. It would actually surround him in orange chakra, and he would become a complete badass. Unfortunately, at some points he would lose control of his body, like because certain tails would appear, and the nine-tailed fox would be released. All nine tails would appear. I think the highest that he got to as a child was 4, I believe. So, which was nearly halfway there. But yeah, and in the end, his only dream is to become Hokage or Hokage. I'm not sure how to say it. And in the end, spoiler alert, he achieves that. He achieves that, which is absolutely fantastic. And a lot of good people died in his life, but a lot of awesome things happened. But yeah, Naruto. Alright, now number 4. Now this is a big one. Sasuke. Now, for those of you who don't know Sasuke, he is, well, to anyone who hasn't actually seen Naruto before, Sasuke is part of a clan called the Uchiha, I believe, and they are big badasses in this. They have something called the Sharingan, which basically it's a interesting thing that happens to your eyes that allows you to anticipate an opponent's moves. For example, if someone is about to throw a punch at you, you can virtually see them throwing that punch, which allows you to know what they're going to do and move away and retaliate. And as it goes on, he unlocks different stages of the Sharingan. Sorry, I'm losing my mind here. And the Sharingan becomes virtually stronger. And when you first see Sasuke actually have a decent conversation, is with his master Kakashi and Sakura and Naruto all together, and he says his one dream is to kill a certain person, which of course is his brother, who killed his parents and was thrown away from the Leaf Village. And his one passion is to kill his brother, and he finds out actually that if you kill an Uchiha and take his eyes and replace it with your own. For example, say I killed someone, I could take out my own eyes and put theirs in, and their Sharingan would be mixed with my own, and it would be processed into a stronger one. And Sasuke actually manages to kill his brother, take his eyes, and unlock the last stage of the Sharingan, I believe, which you can imagine is almost virtually impossible, but he did it. And for me, Sasuke is just a complete badass, because he's the one guy who Naruto wanted to beat. He's the only one who could actually manage Naruto. Sure, he turns to the bad side, and goes under Orochimaru and kills Orochimaru, trying to learn how to defeat his brother and Naruto. But yeah, that for me is just absolutely pimp. So yeah. Alright, number 3. The big number 3. Number 3 for me, making rhymes here. would have to be another rhyme here, Rock Lee. Rock Lee for number 3 for me. Rock Lee, as I've mentioned, is the student of Guy, and it was special for Lee because he couldn't use chakra-based attacks. Like, unlike Guy, who could use chakra-based attacks, he could, Lee just couldn't. He physically could not use chakra-based attacks, and so he was seen as a disgrace to the academy, quote unquote, Neji. And Guy actually trained Rock Lee in his own image, and Lee actually in one of the manga actually fights who was it? He actually fights Gaara in an exam that could raise him a rank, and he nearly wins because Lee can open chakra gates, which can increase his speed, his strength, and stuff. And and Lee was just full of surprises when it came to fighting. For example, during the exam, before he unlocks these gates, you find out that he's already really fast, and you find out at some point that he has weights tied to his ankles that slowed him down, and so he takes these off, and he's virtually impossible to see. Not even Gaara's sand could keep up with him. He was just that strong. Unfortunately, by opening chakra gates, it rips every muscle in your body, so you cannot move at all. And so after Gaara has taken a beating, the timing for the chakra gates runs out. Every muscle in Lee's body rips, and bam, he fails the exam. Even though he would clearly have won, since he wasn't able to fight anymore, he failed the exam. Another surprise from Lee was he is a master of drunken fist style, and what many don't understand. If you don't know what drunken fist, it's basically what it is. You get drunk as can be, and you fight. Now, you find this out the hard way when Lee actually appears to, I believe it was to help Naruto fight someone who could actually, I can't remember the name, who could use his bones as weapons. Like, he could use bones with swords or shuriken, kunai, stuff like that. And Lee actually had medicine because something happened and he had to take medicine for it. Unfortunately, there were two bottles that looked the same. One was full of sake and one was full of the medicine. Unfortunately, Lee took the sake and drank it, and you find out that he cannot handle his sake, but he's also a master at drunken fist, and absolutely wrecks this person. And so, Lee, love you, man, complete pimp. Ow. Alright, at number 2, I have Sakura. Now, Sakura, she was a mystery to me when I started reading the manga, because straight away you can tell that she was into Sasuke, and already straight away, bam, you could have a ship. You had the ship sailing, which was Sakura and Sasuke, and Sakura was actually a mystery to me because she was one of those. She wouldn't actually virtually fight. In a way, she would keep back and let everyone else fight. She'd stay out of the way, stuff like that. But and it was great because there was actually a mystery that actually perplexed me. I'm not sure if it was something that you guys had that people understood or not. But at some point in the manga, Kakashi teaches these three students, Sakura, Naruto, and Sasuke, that how to run up walls, wall run, stuff like that. And the way they can do this is that they concentrate their chakra to their feet. They can run up trees and stuff. And Sakura, every time Naruto would say something inappropriate, or he would do something inappropriate that she didn't like, she would punch him. She would literally punch him as hard as she could, which would send him flying, absolutely flying. I need to see if it, yep. Now, I'm not sure. For me, I wasn't sure if Sakura had just a really strong fist when it came to punching, or if she was able to concentrate the chakra into her fist to increase her strength in her hands. So she was a mystery to me, and at some point she becomes a medical jutsu user who could heal her allies, stuff like that. And then I believe there was a battle when she fought with a lady called Chio, and Chio was a puppeteer, same as Kankuro, and she had to fight her former student who apparently had died, and she controlled Sakura and moved her around and made her fight. But yeah, Sakura. Alright, number one, the most awesome character for me, Kakashi. Now, big one for me, Kakashi, for me, first time I saw him, I looked at him and I said, alright, this guy's a badass. Reason being, Kakashi, first of all, he's always wearing a mask over his mouth. It's covering his mouth. You never see his real face in the manga. I'm not sure if it's in the anime or not. I've never seen the anime, and I'm not going to. I prefer the originals. But you never see his real face. Even when you see him as a really older person, you never see his real face, which was a complete mystery to me, because I've actually seen people do like drawings online of what Kakashi would really look like under his face, and I believe I saw a quick scene in the anime where he said to his students, "You really want to see my real face?" And he pulled down his mask, and there was another mask underneath, which I thought was completely hilarious on his account. I found that fantastic. But also, if you notice, Kakashi, as the picture I'm going to show on the side, Kakashi has his headband over his left eye. That is because as a young child, he couldn't save one of his friends, who was an Uchiha, and he said, "Yo," as his friend is dying, he's like, "Yo, you can take one of my eyes if you want," which gave him a Sharingan. So you find out later that Kakashi has a Sharingan, which is fantastic for me, because who wouldn't want a Sharingan? Come on. Let's yeah, and also Kakashi, he has had quite a reputation, and apparently no one had passed his classes before until Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura came. They were actually the first students to ever pass his class. And when you first find out that no one has passed his class, I sat there and I'm like, alright, it's about to go down. And yes, I was gonna say Sasuke. Kakashi actually increases the strength of his Sharingan as it goes along, but you still never see his real face. For me, he's just a complete badass. Enough said. Alright, that was first episode of Tizatron's Top 10. I hope you all enjoyed it. And as a big help for me during the series, comment down below what topics you want me to do next for the next Tizatron's Top 10. I really would like to continue the series. I think it would be awesome. It gives you a little something of interests that I like, or stuff that I lean towards. If there's anyone that I didn't mention in this series, please let me know in the comments below, and if I get enough, I'll probably think about it and do another top 10 maybe of the same subject. It depends on how many like the video up, subscribe, and I'll do a bunch of new topics. Comment down below what topic you want me to do. I'll probably pick the best. But yeah, remember to do those things, and as always, let the swag be your guide. Goodbye, everyone.